What's up, folks? Your buddy Fatalroadie. Tonight we're doing a Raw recap. We open up with Becky Lynch coming out. She's talking about her tag team match later on tonight and tells any future challengers to bring it on. This is pretty much a short and sweet promo. Inside of 10 minutes, we got our first match. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair versus the Kabuki Warriors for the Women's Tag Team Championships. There was a funny moment where Becky Lynch gives the double fingers to Asuka, and for those who don't really know, the double fingers is pretty much the British version of the middle fingers. So anyway, that was funny. There was a lot of action from Lynch, Flair, and the Kabuki Warriors. Partway through, Shayna Baszler comes out to ringside. Charlotte Flair is getting worked over. Flair got a power slam onto Asuka, tried to go for the pin, but the referee was sleeping at the switch, only got a 2 count when it probably could have been a 5 count. Flair gets the hot tag in on Lynch. She starts cleaning house. Baszler gets on the apron, but Bayley comes out and knocks her off. Asuka rolls up a distracted Lynch and gets the pin. After the match, Bayley attacks Becky Lynch, I guess trying to assert her dominance in the triple threat match at Survivor Series. Backstage, Randy Orton teams up with Humberto Carrillo and Ricochet, who will be facing the OC later on tonight. We then have Drew McIntyre versus Sin Cara. This is a glorified squash match. Drew McIntyre won it. We then cut to a camera shot from what looks to be behind a screen of Eric Rowan, like really this close, tapping on the screen and talking really stupid. Anyways, alright. We then have R-Truth versus the Singh brothers in a handicap match for the 24/7 title. This really was a waste of a match. The crowd was booing. It ended up with R-Truth chasing the Singh brothers around the ring a couple times backstage. The Singh brothers ended up getting into the room with Eric Rowan, who quickly beats them down. Again, waste. Okay. We then have Seth Rollins coming out, followed by a recap of the past 2 weeks of the NXT invasion. Rollins talks about last week and announces that this is Monday Night Rollins. Jerry Lawler apparently just heard this for the first time. He's been saying this for quite a while. Wake up. Seth Rollins claims that he's the best wrestler on the planet and then issues an open challenge. Imperium's music hits. All 4 of them come out. Walter has a microphone and says, if you want the best, we are the best. Which, of course, gives Seth Rollins a chance to utter his catchphrase.
Oh, for God's sake.
And we got a match. Walter versus Seth Rollins, with the rest of Imperium standing at ringside. This was actually showing up to be a good match. Seth Rollins was getting beat down for a bit. He starts fighting back. Imperium runs in, beats down Seth Rollins, gets a disqualification. The Street Profits come running out. They start to get beat down. Kevin Owens comes running out, and the Faces were able to clean house. But wait, we have an 8-man tag team match, playa. Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and the Street Profits versus Imperium. This is an match. I mean, the only really cool spot that I saw was Walter giving a mean drop kick to Seth Rollins into a corner. And of course, the usual chaos happens. Everyone gets their signature moves in. Seth Rollins gets curb stomp on Wolf and gets the pin. We then had Andrade versus Cedric Alexander. Once again, another M match. The usual, Zelina Vega gets involved. Andrade hits the hammerlock DDT, gets the pin. Rinse, lather, repeat. Backstage in his little hidey hole, Aleister Black still wants to pick a fight with somebody. We then have a video package honoring Veterans Day. So thank you for everybody who has served, including my father. We then follow that up with a wonderful segment. Lana comes out to a shower of boos. They're still announcing her as the Ravishing Russian, but with the exception of saying Rusev, she has much of a Russian accent as I do. Yes, I know she's from Tennessee, but if you're supposed to be playing a Russian part, at least speak the Russian part. She admits she cheated on Rusev, but Rusev did it first. Well, I guess that makes everything all better then. She said that 7 weeks ago she had sex with Bobby Lashley, and she knows this because today, 7 weeks ago, she had sex with Bobby Lashley. What? What the fuck? And then she says that she's 9 weeks pregnant. She then runs down the crowd because apparently British people can't do math. Yes, this means that this baby has to be Rusev's. This, of course, brings Rusev out. After a bunch of babbling bullshit, Bobby Lashley comes out. This distracts Rusev. Lana jumps on his back. Bobby Lashley comes running in, beats him down, and as Lana and Bobby Lashley are walking down the ramp, she admits that she was lying about being pregnant. Bruh. Seriously, this was stupid. The whole crowd was shitting on this whole segment. Please, WWE, stop this. This is fucking stupid. Then we got Eric Rowan coming out. He's carrying a cage that's covered up. He's going to be facing a jobber. Guess what? Squash match. He hits the Iron Claw, pins him, grabs his cage, walks up the ramp to the backstage area. Okay, don't know what the hell that one was for. We then have the Viking Raiders versus Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster, the former NXT UK Tag Team Champions. Surprisingly, although this was a squash match, it was actually pretty good. The plucky Brits put on a pretty good show against the Viking Raiders, but he ended up answering to the Viking Experience, and the Viking Raiders win. And now it's time for 6-man tag team action, playa. Randy Orton, Ricochet, and Humberto Carrillo versus the OC. Once again, another match. It's the usual multi-man bullshit. Randy Orton teases an RKO onto Ricochet, but ends up hitting AJ Styles. Orton tags in Carrillo. Carrillo hits the moonsault on AJ and gets the pin. After the match, Randy Orton tells Ricochet that he can do whatever he wants, when he wants, and wherever he wants, walks away. And we end tonight's Raw with Orton staring down Ricochet from up on the ramp. Holy shit, this one sucked. Pretty much most of the matches were meaningless. I really don't like the whole, there's a run-in, and all of a sudden, oh, now we have a whole tag team match now. That part's been done. Most of the matches tonight were pretty much squash matches. But that'll do it for this episode of Raw Recap. I'll be back later this week for the SmackDown review. Leave a comment down below what you thought of tonight's Raw, what you thought about this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See ya.